Roland Willett's Home and Stories, with Scotty Henson remembering his grandmother's story.
Jumped up one Sunday morning with great glee. I grabbed down Pap's old razor and gave a few whits, put on my roundabout coat the color sassafras bark, started down the road to see Miss Kate. I went on a little way and heard a voice beside the road seemed to say, "Ben, 'tis a great day for thee." Whew, made my heart jump and flutter like a jaybird in a trap. Well, I went on and I got there. Joe Sharp and his two sisters was there. And I never more expected to see them than I expected to see grasshoppers hiding in the hair of Sammy Smith's bald head. It was just Miss Kate this and Miss Kate that and all that proper nonsense. Well, there wasn't anything else to do but we must go muscadine hunting. Went on a little ways, we came to a creek and Joe Sharp led Miss Kate about middle ways to the footlog, and up jumped one of them tornaded old bullfrogs. You know how they can holler. Said, "Get out of here, you unthoughted fool, you." Knocked Miss Kate off in the black muddy water waist deep. My heart failed me. I couldn't stand it no longer. Me and Joe Sharp run up and down the bank trying to find a pole to get Miss Kate out with, and finally we found one. I had her out in a little of no time. And the fat broad-eared elephant Joe Sharp did step up and say, "Miss Kate, are you hurt?" Well, if he ever comes to my house again, I'll souse him in dishwater sure. I said, "Miss Kate, if you love me and hate to tell me so, just squeeze my hand." She most squeezed it off. Glory, how it made me feel, trotted through my bones like sassafras tea sweetened in molasses. Well, I went on home with intentions to hang myself. But when I got there, Pap sent me out in the pasture with old Ball, and I forgot it all. The end. My great-grandmother taught me that many years ago.
That's great.
And when she was interviewed by a college professor who was originally from Nova Scotia, and he came to her son's house in Murray, because he'd heard about some of her old stories and old songs. And he came to record them. And on the tape, I have it somewhere, I don't know where it is. He asked her, said, "Miss Kelly, where did you learn that?" "Well, my daddy learned it to me." Everything he asked her, "My daddy learned it to me." And she had just a world of old songs and old things. That's the only one that I remember. There was an old song she used to sing about Lord Acam. I bet it had 20 verses. Lord Acam, and it's a story song. And it's from the old country. I don't even know who Lord Acam was. And I've heard her sing it many times, but I never did. I think it's on that tape, I'm not sure. But she was a piece of work. My great-grandmother, Rosella Kelly. She was a dandy. My family had a lot of characters in it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I loved to talk to them and get them to tell me these old stories. And that one I especially liked because it was so different. That jumped up one Sunday morning. At one time, a friend of mine who was a songwriter, Billy Ed Wheeler, he's down in North Carolina now. But he wrote a lot of famous songs back in the days of the Kingston Trio and when Kenny Rogers was starting out. He wrote, I think, Coward of the County, and I don't remember now what all. But anyway, he wrote songs for me when I asked him to, because he lived here locally on the lake at the time. And I wish I could remember. He had me to record that Jumped Up one Sunday morning one time. And he said he was sending it to the Kingston Trio. I don't know if he ever did. And I said, "Well, Billy, I didn't write that song, that saying." He said, "Who's going to know the difference? Nobody knows who wrote it. It's public domain." So it's the only time it's ever been recorded, except There was a girl came here one time from the, I believe she was with the state archive, something to do with the state archive. Her name was Bree, B-R-E, Bree Vassar. I don't know why I remember her name, but I do. She's a beautiful little girl. That's probably why I remember it. And she set up, we sat in here first and did a lot of talking, and she recorded everything. And then she moved outside and took some pictures of me on the cabin porch. And she said, now this will be in the state archives forever. She said, you can go there and check it out and hear it or read it or whatever. I don't know what all's involved. But that's the only other time it's ever been recorded by anybody anywhere. So you've got number 3.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Old men stories. One more day.